Welcome to this System.io tutorial for beginners. In this guide, you will learn exactly how to use System.io, how to create contacts. I'll show you how to create funnels. I'll also show you how to create a newsletter, how to create email campaigns, as well as how to create a blog. So I would say let's get started with the first thing, and that is contacts. I'll first show you how to set up contacts, because if you're running a business, it's always important to have an email list, and this is where the journey begins. So here you'll want to click onto contacts and then click onto this button that says create contact. And here you can see there are many different kind of information that you can enter in. So this could be email@email.com, then the first name, then the last name, then the country. You could select it from this drop down right here, then the city, the street address, postal code, etc., etc. You can enter in all of these information right here, and after you've done that, you can basically, you can see some of these are not required fields, and you can also choose language as well as add custom fields if you want. Then you can give this a name as well as a unique key. After you've done that, you can then click on save, and you can see the contact has been successfully created. So what we've now done is that we have created a contact that has been added to our email list. You can see I refresh the page and we have this contact right here. You can see the date when this contact has been registered, and then when you hover over this email, you can see more information about this user. So now that you know how to create contacts, you can also import contacts with a CSV, for example. So if you already have a contact list and you would, or if you already have an email list and you would like to import your email list into System.io, you can do that here as well. You can see there are many different ways how to actually import, your contacts, and you even have a guide on the right. So now that you know how to set up contacts, I want to show you how to set up funnels. So first you want to click onto funnels and then click onto create and give this a funnel name. I'll call this funnel #1. Here we have the funnel domain. You are not able to change the funnel domain if you're using the free plan, so keep that in mind. And then you can choose your funnel goal. Is it to run an evergreen webinar? Is it custom? Is it to build an audience? Keep in mind, run an evergreen webinar only works when you have a paid plan. Euros is alright for the currency. If I click on save, you can see that you have reached the limit of available webinars for your current plan, which means you cannot actually use this when you're using the free plan. So I'll select build an audience. Now you can see we have created this one funnel. If we click on the three dots and then onto settings, we get back to this window where we can change the name, the funnel domain, and the currency. When we actually click onto the funnel, we can see that we have a few options here. So you have a button to view your funnel, you have some funnel settings, which is basically the same as we've seen before, and then a marketplace offer, so you can even offer your funnel on a marketplace. Now on the left we have a squeeze page, we have a thank you/download page, and we have an inactive page. So this inactive page shows when the funnel is disabled, and you can even add new steps here as well. So for example, you can see sales page, upsell, downsell, etc. Now in this case we won't actually add these steps because that's usually not necessary when you're trying to build a simple landing page where you would like to collect emails, for example. Now in order to actually create a landing page where you want to collect emails, click on the squeeze page. Then you can select a template from here. You can see there are many different templates. I like this one, so I'll click on select, and now I can give this a name. So I'll call this landing page #1, because we're going to be actually getting emails from users on this page. And then we have the URL path. We can give this a custom path like free download if we're, for example, offering some free download in return of the user's email. So now we can actually click on to edit page. If we do that, we get to the editor of our landing page. You can see this is the template that I selected before, and I think it looks pretty cool. But if you would like to actually change some stuff, you can do that here. It is a simple editor. You can drag and drop items like a carousel, for example, like images, text, headline text, bullet lists, or you can also just click into this and change the text right here. So for example, if I double click into this, I could change the text here, see our reviews. So you can customize this page to your liking. You can remove sections as well. For example, this doesn't look that good, so I'll remove this, and you can see we have removed that section. So you can remove sections, you can add sections, you can also change these links. For example, YouTube, we can here's the file. You could also select different file, image file if you would like to, and then you can also select a link here. So you can just paste your YouTube link into here, and then when people click on this YouTube icon, they will be redirected to YouTube or to your channel. So here you can actually customize that page. I think it looks okay in this case because I just want to use this to kind of show you how this works. So the email input form is important, and then the Start Now button is important as well. And you can see, do you want to redirect users to after contact registration? And then it says to the next step. You could also select to a custom URL, and that would redirect them to a custom URL like your YouTube, for example. But if you choose to the next step, it will basically just I'll show you what that means. So keep in mind, we have selected to the next step. We will now save the changes, and we will go back. And here, when to the next step is selected, the user will be redirected from step 1 to step 2, which is the thank you/download page. Now here you can also choose a template. This is the one, or this is the same theme as I have on the squeeze page in this case. So I'll click on select here as well. I'll leave this name. I can give this thank you. Keep in mind you cannot actually add any spaces in here. And then we'll click on edit page. And now we can see thank you for purchase. We can say thank you for signing up. Check your email for more information. So here you can also add some links, or a link to YouTube, for example, or a link to your whatever. So you can also customize this page to your liking. Now I'll save the changes. I'll go back again. And then we have basically created or customized this thank you page. What you can do now as well is that you can add automation rules. So if you add a rule, you can see you can add triggers, and triggers are, for example, when the funnel step form subscribed. So this occurs when a contact has just subscribed to a form, or occurs when a person visits a selected page. So we could, for example, select if someone visits a specific page, then something should happen. So we can add a action. If someone visits a certain page, we can send an email, for example. If someone visits a certain page, we can send a webhook, for example. Or if someone visits a certain page, we can unsubscribe from a campaign. So you can basically do these automation rules. So when someone does something, then something else happens. Then we have A/B tests. So here you can start an A/B test. This is basically where you have your original page and then a second page, and then System.io will basically show both of these pages to many users, and it will basically give you the metrics for that. So what was the conversion rate on landing page 1 versus what was the conversion rate on landing page 2. And that's really cool because I think you can really test your copy. For example, you can test your website layout, your structure, and that basically lets you to optimize your landing page to get the maximum maximum conversion rate. Here we have stats. Those will be the stats of your, for example, landing page, thank you page, how many page views has it gotten, what's the conversion rate, and then if you've made sales on this page. In this case, it's just a email collect kind of a landing page. So in this case, we won't have any sales, or neither any earnings. Here you will see the leads. So this will be important because people that sign up will show up here. Sales, we won't have any sales in this case. And then deadline settings. Deadlines are, for example, when would you like to disable this funnel, for example, would you like to set a deadline for this funnel, etc., etc. Now the inactive page, you can see this is just an inactive page. So if someone visits that landing page, but we've disabled that funnel, then people will be redirected to this page, and they'll not be able to actually sign up on our landing page. So that's how to create funnels. I'll now want to show you how to set up emails and kind of email campaigns and newsletters. So hover over emails, go to newsletters, and here we'll want to click on create. We can give this a subject. So subject could be, for example, let's say the subject is free download, because we are offering some kind of free download in exchange for an email. Then sender name, this could be name #1. This should be your name. And then we can either choose a visual editor or a classic editor. I like to use the visual editor. I'll select the second template and I'll click on save. Now we have created this one newsletter, and if I click on this newsletter, you can see this is how our newsletter looks like. So what you can do now is you can actually also edit your email. So if you click on that, you can see you'll be redirected to the email editor, and here you can change the headline. For example, you can change this image, remove images, change this text, and kind of customize this email to your liking. You can see you can just drag and drop, for example, an image into here, and then you would need to actually click on this button. A folder will open up of your local device, and you'll be able to upload an image to your email or to your newsletter. So now I'll actually not save the changes. And does it save now? No, I won't save the changes in this case. And we are back on this newsletter settings page. And here you can also see available personalization substitutes. So if we now enter in this into our email, it will be replaced with the email of the recipient. The same works for street address, company name, tax number, and all of these that you have listed here. So now I'll click on exit. So now we've created a newsletter. If you would just like to create an email campaign, you can just click on campaigns and here basically click on the create button, give this a name like campaign #1. Description is not necessary, and click on save. Now if I click onto this campaign, it's basically the same. We are within our campaign, and here we need to create an email or campaign step. So here the subject could be subject #1, which could be also free download, whatever, and then the sender name, which should be your name, Then I'll select visual editor, select the second template as well because I like that, and click on save. Now we're on the same page. Before we were on the editor page of our newsletter, now we're on the editor page of our email campaign. So you can also customize this email as seen before. You can add horizontal lines, images, etc., etc. If we would, for example, type in email, then this would be replaced with the email of the recipient. So I'll save the changes, I'll click on exit, and now we're on the campaign settings. You can see we have added this right here. You can also add attachments here if needed, and change the subject here as well. And what you can do now is actually to either save and test, just save the changes, or save and publish. If you click on save and publish, you can choose when this email should be sent. So this email will be sent after, and you can see, choose after which email to add this one. Okay, so we have not sent any email before, so we cannot choose anything from here. So I'll just type in, yeah, okay, see, it doesn't actually work because we first have to send kind of a manual email, and then we'll see this email right here, because then it kind of so for example, we've sent our email yesterday at 6 p.m. I'll be able to choose it here, and then we can set the delay. So delay before sending email, which could be 1, and then we can set 24 hours, for example, which is 1 day, and then time when email should be sent. You can also choose this here, which could be, in this case, you can see I have a 24-hour format. If you have a 12-hour format with AM PM, then yeah, I think you would know how that works. In this case, 6 p.m. would be 18, and then you can also choose the days of the week when this email should be sent. In this case, I'll leave this disabled, and then you can click on activate. So you can see the changes were saved, and this email will be sent after the period that we have just kind of added. it will be sent to our recipients list. So now I'll click on save and exit, and now we have our email campaign here as well. Now let me show you how to create blogs. So in order to create a blog, just click on this blog and then click on create. Here we can give this a name like blog #1, and then the domain name, which you cannot change if you're using the free plan as said before. And then you can also give this a URL path like /blog. Then what you can do is you can select a template. So let's see let's see which template is looks good. I like this one, so I'll select this, and then we'll click on save. Excuse me. So here, if we click on the three dots and on settings, you can see it's the same as before. And then if we actually click on the blog, we will then be redirected to the posts, pages, and categories. So here we can see all of our blog posts. You can see there are 6 blog posts that are basically created automatically when you create a new blog. We can obviously either change the content or delete these 6 blogs and create new ones, or yeah, you can just change it or delete them. Then on the pages, we have 4 pages that are created when we create a blog. You can see homepage, page list page, about us page, contact us page. I'll show you how to edit those pages in a second as well. And then we have categories. So you can have categories about food, sports, money, finance, whatever. And you actually don't need to kind of delete categories and create them and kind of create new ones. But what you can do is just click on the settings, change the category name to sports. Path is alright. Path is like the yourdomain.com/sports in this case. You can give this a description and then an SEO title if you would like to rank on Google for the keyword sports, which is highly competitive. I don't recommend this, but if you want to try it, you can just give this an SEO title and then SEO description. SEO is a whole nother topic. I won't get much into this, but if you know what SEO is, then you know what to enter in here. Then you can click on save, and you can see that we've changed the category name. And you can also see the total number of blog posts that are using this category here. So what I also want to show is the blog layout. So you can edit elements that are displayed on all blog pages and posts. This is basically like your theme. So if you change the header links here, it will change the header links on all pages. So if we change the menu and we actually before we change the menu, or before we add a menu, I want to show you how to create a new page. For example, click on create, give this a name like terms of service, TOS, and then create a blog page. And now we have a terms of service page. If we now go into blog layout again and we select the header menu and we add an option here, add menu item, and we give this a title of TOS, terms of service. And yeah, we want to select a link or link this to a blog article of ours or a blog kind of page. Then I'll select the first one. If you would like to select a custom URL like YouTube, Google, or some other domain, then select this. In this case, it's blog link. We'll have this drop down and I'll select terms of service here. And now you can see we've added this TOS option into our header menu. You can obviously change the logo here as well. By clicking on this, it will open up the folder on your local device and you will be able to select a different image. And then you can also change the footer here as well. Yeah, change the links, footer links, change the logo, change the phone number, etc., etc. I can even delete these. For example, I can delete the phone number here. And this is blog content. I wouldn't change this because that's the kind of website content, and that is different on every page. You have a different blog sorry, you have a different website content on terms of service than you have on your homepage, than you have on your contact us page. So don't change anything about this. So I'll save the changes and I'll go back now. So if we now click onto one of our pages, for example the home page, we'll be able to change the content of our home page. And you can already see we already have our TOS here because we've changed the blog layout, and this change has been made to all of our pages that we have on our website or on our blog. What we can do here is to change the blog content. So this content is this banner at the beginning, and then this kind of blog post listing that we have on our homepage. That's what we can change as well. And maybe if you're offering services, add a button, for example. Let's see where we can find a button. Here it is. Oh, actually I've added a checkbox. I can remove this checkbox. We can add a button here that says buy now or so, or something like that. So you can basically customize this page. You have many different things here. You can see there's lots of stuff that you can add, even like raw HTML. So if you click on this box and then click on edit code, you can even edit or add your own HTML code into here. So let's save the changes. At least one email input is required on this page. I see. Let's remove this button then, and this code as well. Save the changes and then go back. So we know how to change pages. The same works for blog posts as well. Let me show that real quick. You have your blog post here. You can change your blog post content, change the website content here as well, and you can see the header and the footer is still the same with the TOS link as we've changed it in our blog layout. So that's how to change posts, pages, and categories. Now, and that's everything you need to know about actually using Systeme.io for your business. Now, if this video was helpful, make sure to like the video, and thank you for watching.